Hey, God bless. Hope things are going well for y'all. I had a dream. I guess it's probably been, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, maybe. And I wanted to share it with you. Um, kind of want to make sure that you can hear me using headphones. So guess I'll check in a minute, but I'll go ahead and start with the dream. So in this dream, there was a partial economic collapse. It was a pretty bad collapse. When I say partial, it wasn't that it wasn't bad. It was extremely bad. It just wasn't complete. Like there were still systems that worked, you know. But it was a pretty bad economic collapse to the point where um, people were abandoning the mentally ill, and they were also abandoning babies. So babies were being abandoned everywhere. Now I saw as God began to name these babies. He cared for them and loved them very much, and he began to name them. I saw him name one baby something like filled with grace, and I saw him name another baby something like leader of my church, something something similar to that. The next thing I saw in the dream was I saw God handing these babies to Christian families. It was like he was tasking certain Christian families with taking these babies in and caring for them. So I saw him like handing them to Christian families. The next thing I saw after that was revival taking place all over the world. I saw it happening in stadiums in the dream, and I saw uh, like television screens before my eyes showing me all these stadiums all over the world where they were worshiping God. So I saw a stadium in, I believe, Mexico City. I think I saw one in Europe, South America. It was happening everywhere. It was a worldwide revival happening. And it was happening because of the economic collapse. I knew that somehow that had triggered this revival to happen. People had been beginning to look to God for answers, and it had sparked a revival. Um, the next thing I remember knowing in the dream, kind of the last thing I remember knowing, is that it was a little bit of a ways away. It was down the line a little, but there would be a greater economic collapse. It would be a full economic collapse where all systems were taken down, were taken completely down, in preparation for the mark of the beast. I knew that that economic collapse was not this one. It was a little ways away. It was yet to come. And I knew that when that one came, that would happen right before the rapture. And I kept repeating something strange in the dream. I kept saying something like, "You won't, you'll need a saw to break through the firmament unless you're one of his," or something like that. And I know the feeling in the dream was that those who belong to Christ would be raptured, you know, at some point, and everyone else would be trying to escape, trying to break through the firmament, trying to get out, but they wouldn't be able to. It would only be those that knew Christ that would escape. And then I woke up. So it was basically that. I saw a partial economic collapse. I think that's in preparation for the new economic system. It was really bad. Babies being abandoned, but God taking care of the babies, handing them to Christian families and naming them. and then revival all over the world. And then in knowing that further down the line there would be a greater economic collapse that would happen right before the rapture. I also wanted to share, I don't think I ever shared this, but I keep having it on my mind, so I just want to put it up for the time when it becomes pertinent. I was told one morning upon waking, uh, I heard Mayor Newsom. I heard Mayor Newsom. So I know that a lot of people have been chatting about Gavin Newsom running for president, but I believe that was referring actually to a demotion. I don't believe that he will be promoted, but in fact, I believe that word was being spoken because he'll be demoted. He'll lose position for the things that he's done. I think there was one more thing I wanted to share about this dream. Uh, when I saw the partial economic collapse, I also was looking on my phone in the dream. I was looking at this app called wise.com, WISE, wise.com on my phone. And I was particularly looking at two currencies because in that app you can buy various currencies. Uh, the two currencies I was looking at on the app was the Indonesian currency, and then I was also looking at the Vietnamese, I think it's called the Dong currency. I was looking at those two on the app. So I'm thinking probably that was referring to when this economic collapse comes, it will become a currency reset. The dollar will greatly decrease in value. Some of these other currencies that are very low in value will increase in value because everything has to be kind of leveled out. It's it's a step toward a globalized monetary system, but to get there, you have to take steps. So this step is evening out the value of currencies, which will be extremely bad for the dollar, but extremely good for currencies that are undervalued. So the ones I saw in that dream were the Vietnamese dong and the Indonesian, I don't know what it's called, the Indonesian currency, whatever it is. I saw those two. All right, so this was a warning. This dream was definitely a warning. It was very intense. It was definitely a warning. Collapse is coming. A partial economic collapse is coming. The economic system will be taken down and a new one will be implemented. And that period of time of transition will be extremely hard for this world, extremely difficult for this world. So I would say really ask the Father for wisdom, really ask Him to show you what you should do and the moves that you should perhaps make. I have shared many words and dreams and understandings that I've been given about cryptocurrencies as one place to store wealth. But there are others. In this dream, I saw foreign currencies as another place. I think silver, physical silver, is another place. And then, of course, stored food and things that would be of value, things that people would need during that time would be another place to store value. So, but take that to the Lord. Ask Him what you should do. This was definitely a warning, though. All right. But the beautiful thing is that from this, revival will break out. From this hardship, revival will take place. And we're going to be able to take part in that harvest. So all glory be to God. In the end, He wins. All right. God bless you. and plan to see you soon, if not here, then in the air. Bye.